Hello, my last gamer. Welcome to the video. I just wanted to let you know I do have a Discord and a Twitter if you ever want to interact with me or say hi or have a conversation. And if you ever want to catch these videos live, head over to my Twitch and my Kick and come hang out. I sometimes don't talk. That's unfortunately one of my mini quirks. Is my inability to formulate thoughts as my brain focuses in on what I'm doing, and then I just forget to speak. So I'm always up to hang out and chat with anyone that stops by. So hope you enjoyed the video.
Information Lima.
And so I have Ostranauts here because it won the poll on Twitter's
3-4, you are
on
clear
the Twitter
for
X's,
maintain current course and decel.
and I will be taking it. My brain just locked up there. I will be doing this game and probably just gonna start over again.
India approach extending docking arms pin 0.
Make some more money.
Submitting your initial switch to 118.50. You are
Now,
clear for approach.
the early portion of this game has a bit of an issue because there is some random elements and chance when starting a new game.
Juliet India docking. We have you at our 198. Confirm guidance and begin RCS maneuver. Juliet India docking. Mike 3-4. We have guidance firing RCS.
I will try to endeavor not to save load scum this game. I only have to ever load if something really weird happens where I'm about to die because of something stupid. Or I wasn't paying attention and I passed out in my fucking pressure suit or something. Or a bandit got a lucky hit instantly killing me or something. Or like basically knocking me out critically where I'm dying. I'm not gonna go searching for bandit fighting. I'm going to try to, for the most part, not fight people. I may or may not pause the game. Okay, I'll go probably through one round of character generation. If I mess it up and I have to go through another, I will just pause it until I get the character down that I want. This character's You know what? I'm gonna keep this character because the character looks cool. I'm gonna change the eyes. Maxwell Allen Manic. Now the problem is if this screws up, I don't think I can save the game right now. Well, it doesn't change if you change the character's name. The Atom the medtech takes a glance at your chart, then at your body, then back at your chart. Immunosuppressed, low bone density, hypovolemic standard condition for young spacer on K-leg station. Born and raised as you were in the weak microgravity of a 33-kilometer asteroid. Doc says the insomnia is catching up with you. Chronic right here. Something likely caused by the radiation, lack of sunlight. Your eyes work well enough for now, but you're still bad and they're getting worse. 18 years old, rapidly approaching middle age. Your muscles are feeble by Mars standard. They won't stand a chance on Earth. No shit, you say. You're no Earther. And you'll never be. Your heart monitor beeps, and then beeps again. Your board tech scribbles a few notes, grants you work permissions, healthy enough to chip holes in the boneyard, despite everything. Finally, you working closer to ships. Closer to the ships. After all, you're gonna. But usually, in the beginning, I try to work on myself a bit. No, this is a bit different because it used to be a lot smaller. Mm, mm, Probably hacking. I guess I could work on Bobor myself and try to fix the problems with myself. Oh, I can take years off. Mm. Okay. Mm. Adventure is the random chance stuff. It's like that. In a year, I got electrician, where it take 3 years to get. Game genius. What are my skills? Skilled in hacking, shipbreaking, EVA suits, heavy sleeper. I already have EVA suit maintenance, I think. And that's where kind of messing around early game kind of screws you. Because now I got all of those things back, and it would take another like 10 years to get rid of those, so it's almost better just to full on restart. So that's what I'm gonna do, because, no. I will be back for the YouTube side of things. I will bring it back for YouTube for 2 seconds just for the little blurb of lore right here about the station that we're staying on. And the interesting thing is the only two things that remain of this entire station is the bar and the refueling station. Anyway, BRB. Welcome back, welcome back. I have gone through the process, the extensive process. I am Georgie George Castillo, homeworld of K-Leg, 1036 Ganymede. We are middle-aged, brave, cruel, honest, masochistic, vengeful, slow healer, slovenly, arrogant, charismatic, finicky, leader, patient, beautiful, slow metabolism, surgery scar, cybernetic surgery, attracted to women, complacent, genius, lustful, shy, coordinated, heavy sleeper. We got $5,000 in the bank, so enough to buy a license for working on, because that's the really issue is you don't have a license, so then the police get very angry. We'll read through it. Anti-medtech takes a glance at your chart, and then at your body, and then back at your chart. Immunosuppressed, low bone density, hyper standard condition for young spacer, born raised as you were microgravity. Doc says insomnia is catching up with you. It's chronic around here, something like due to radiation and lack of sunlight. Your eyes work well enough, but they're bad and they're getting worse. 18 years old, rapidly approaching middle age. Your muscles are feeble, mild standards. They will not stand on. No shit you say. You're no earther and you'll never be. A heart monitor beeps and beeps again. Board tech scribbles a few notes, grants you work permission, something enough to strip holes on your despite everything. Fine by you, closer to the ships after all. You're gonna get one. Biological father, E.B. Reed, shipbreaker from Blasts, landing Mars. Biological mother, Ting Guaver, shipbreaker from Orbital. So, for whatever reason, I got bored on K-Leg. Well, that's maybe where they're from, not where they're at currently at. Well, it'd be very funny if they're both at Mars right now and they just like had left me on fucking K-Leg, like not our problem. Alright, so because I did a bunch of adventures, you approach my coworker, develop a less than legal method of making cash aside. Apparently, the paying high value style junk in the system for the last 6 weeks. After a false tag, they leave a part on the derelict and sell the location to the highest bidder. Schemes always involved a complicity of the breaker doing the final sweep. It happens to be you. Piece questions, bust a reactor, fetch pretty bit on the back part. Big risk, you can pull it off, but there are risks. Fine offer, but keep an eye on the whole parties. It's a good scheme, run like clockwork. After a couple weeks, you know all the names, locations, and timings. You bring your intel to ROSEC. They're shocked by level of detail. It's not a career case, but it's close enough. Got a friend on the floors, plus some valuable information to boot. If drinking a local water hole in your shift, see a unicorn. They are a scion of my brain. Executive. Seeking out to rub shoulders and bump uglies with the common folk. Once, as they try to pay for their round and yawn, it's $1. Dollars for the likes of us, friend. Be careful and lucky. This could be an opportunity. Catch her eye across the bar, held her gaze, quick work with the brow, all it takes, and you're that good. It's crying shame you scrap spaceships for a living. Sure, it's a quintessential side hustle, and Democrat she's savvy enough to realize it. It's not like it's slave labor and the intersystem thing. It's an intersystem thing. 6 months than a year, time flies by in competitive luxury. In the end, she's forced to break it off maybe some arranged loop, like slaying for marriage to another family, but let's have Paris, the only cafe on the asteroid. X, someone that works on the station, that's a manager. All of a black and metal looms around you as you ride barge out to the boneyard. The barges are loaded today. They got some of you cling on the cargo hubs full of locked crates. The crates are the emergency supplies and all eject your if you dare have an accident. But the armed guard's back is turned. These cases have firmware updates for vulnerabilities, and you read about using a data cable in your handset, and you try the script you've been working on to hack the pin. It flashes rain in a puff of air signals your success, listening silence, fist bumps, wild smiles from the neighboring laborers, being a friend on the station. Midway through scrapping yet another hole, the cockpit of your allotted salvage pod lights up with a telltales. Suddenly, you're under thrust as one of the engines sends you spiraling away and of the hunk's orbit back into black, unresponsive. Nobody has the fuel to come save you. You're expendable. If you want to live, it's up to you. This is known to be an issue with the Testudo Alpha series. You got to route the power through the axial breakers to trigger the interrupt request from the thrust module. At the same time, you hit the maneuver manufacturer security key, and yep, it's simple. Lucky this happened to you, and someone else might have been in serious trouble. Your manager's impressed you keep up damaging the rig. In a rare display of generosity, offered double pay, because that's the thing. You're going on these adventures to gain skills that take years to do in a year. All said and done, breaking ships, hustling who grind. What was once a dangerous eventuality becomes monotonous. This just so happens to be a phase of your life which make you can't remember anything interesting events at all. Well, working is doing particularly backbreaking hunter weeks is what you started doing to cope. How you deal with the boredom. Bingham 12 vacuum mobility suit is 15 major shields. Lubricate them. The helmet has its own secondary battery system. Check the indicator. Also check the physical battery just in case, because one time you saw that my brain. A false report. Eliminate the torso, groin, and skull radiation absorbent. The eyes are actually glazing over. Using a fine brush tip, pollard that the mnemonic for user review of the suit's internal metrics according to Ariadime, I can't fucking say that. My brain just locks up. But once you get through it, review the balance calibrations, because once you get through it, once you get through review the balance calibrations, because the minute doesn't cover that for some reason. Check the boot soles for micro abrasions and organic detritus. Try to scrounge up some more cooling gel. The heat sink of the 12 series guzzles it down. Check the internal fans for dust, because dusty fans are blood clots. What heart attacks to your sudden asphyxiation. At the start of this period, you could do a full check 8 times per free shift. Towards the end, you're up to 14. It's the kind of thing someone might call you insane for if it wasn't so incredibly common. In one of your more lucid moments, it occurs to you that this routine might well save your life, but Might as well destroy it too. Zoe, a woman calls. You stop what you're doing, mouth dry, and so does another dozen or so other day workers in the camp dormitory, silver class, and econ apartment. An apartment in the ACS barracks. Signal from the next pod over, they're coming. Outside the door, outside the door, and up the access corridor, you hear the clatter of mag boots marching in double time, a half a dozen. Maybe flee through the back door. A moment later, a series of sharp cracks and screams. Shock rounds, you hope. Yeah, a moment to act. What do you do? On some stations, hackers are monitored with vigilance as states seeking nuclear capabilities back on Earth. Old Earth. Do they have technology needed to perform a cyber attack? Do they have the motivation, the skills, the opportunity to support the support network? The good example why such precaution exists in the work of 10 tense seconds to isolate the corridor. The Ario sects are advancing down. It's 3 keystrokes to trigger a vacuum alarm. You hear the thuds, bulkheads closing, trapping them inside. By the time the Skyscope can untangle the mess you leave behind, the raid will be neutered by social embarrassment, if nothing less, nothing else. Some of your dorm mates take advantage of the confusion and slip away. Hopefully, the less policed areas of the station. If such thing exists in the barracks. Age 24. She's a real beauty. Test to a heavy lifter 448 with a confusing mix of honor and dismay as you contracted to take her part. On day 4 of breaking, you rolled through a wall compartment until something catches your eye. You snap off the torch, take a closer look. Your breath catches the sight of a meter intake, the apex of the defunct company technical achievements. Today, one of the rarest aftermarket parts in the game. It's popular on other markets too. Maybe Aero. Let's gonna call him Aero. Ayo, 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 and Ayo don't need to know about this. It's all too simple. Strip the part out, hide an RFID tag amidst the wreckage, chuck it onto the garbage sled. And when the sled reaches the overflow processing, the junkyard of junkyards, locals would have it. Someone stiff bribe will find the part, remove it, add it to the log, reroute it back in the hands of one of the Kalig's many fences. You get the finder's fee and a fortnight of prudent paranoia soon subsides. Such is life. The funny thing is, the officer figures out that I did this, but they don't have the ability to charge me, I'm guessing. It's like egg on their faces, they don't know where the part went anyway, so it's not like charging me will do anything or something. Or more, they just have the suspicion, and that makes them the enemy. Got the less than legal scheme again, hand them over to the police, essentially. Got another romance with another exec. Got another hacking of the crate. Got another flying off into space, but this time I break the thing to save myself. Okay. how to deal with the boredom. Propelled by an intoxicating blend of pride and masochism, you find yourself taking a second gig with AO in entry-level maintenance. Your job is officially to ensure the working condition of AO's consumer-facing assets, but your new coworkers are quick to inform you that what you're actually become is the kiosk bitch. The humble kiosk, okay, LG, okay leg, or my brain, is littered with the royal red Von Brunn farm, the lime green gray gig nexus, the burnt orange Ego refueling station. It's not lost on you that the early days of the colonization rush, these might have been man jobs, each providing salary healthy enough to keep at least one spacer housed and fed. But why pay spacer for what the screen can accomplish twice as fast? Plus, you don't have brain. Plus, you don't have to give a kiosk their death pay bonus if their screen inevitably is smashed to bits by a drunk rover and the OE. At first, the job doesn't offer much in the way of quick assignment faulty buy buttons on the farmer box. East Coast Marina, quick soda job, refueling kiosks in the port is text ladder, admin reset, dig access at the Asgwa is squeaky brain. His state says screen flicker, hard smack does it. Soon enough, you discover a strange aptitude for electrical maintenance circuit boards and to present you the cities in miniature, the copper traces running like tiny roadways, LED diodes flashing like traffic light spinning capacitors, looming like apartment buildings, skyscrapers on Tharsis Landing. The gig doesn't last, but your fascination does. And every time you pass the kiosk, you can't help press your face against the vents. See a quick look at the little world inside. I worked on myself. Remove feeble, remove fragile, remove unfit, remove insomniac, remove immunosuppressed, remove visual impaired, gain cruel, gain heavy sleeper, gain lustful, gain skilled in civil engineering, gain construction, gain software engineering. These three I don't think you can get manually inside of the adventure. Gain complacent, gained vigilant, gained arrogant, gained slowly, gained suspicious, gained masochist, gained slow healer, gained shy, remove microgravity, hypervolemic. And shipbreaking is nearly impossible grind, but with enough discipline you can leave each month with extra cash stocked away, so you cut back when you're drinking, swap a few kiosk meals for pressure shell, even take an extra shift here and there. It's not much, but at the end of the year you get a nest egg, and I do that until I get $5 grand, just so I can get a license. No, I did the look for a ship twice because I wasn't satisfied with the first one. We found an affordable ship. It's standard shipping container with a nap bolted on. It's pretty. That's all there's to say about it. Due to lack of environmental life support and other crucial onboard systems, given the vessel was a very low, indicating that the legal sell but produces significant risk. Yeah, no, I decided getting a shipping container with a nav box on it was a horrible idea. I'm not going to do that. You happen across a seller trying to offload a test studio dream. It's a small shuttlecraft just to ferry passengers in local space. It's not pretty, but life support thrusters, a few jump seats if you have friends you don't like so well. Might as well be what you need to exceed the daily grind and skip. Daily grind is a shipbreaker. Credit should given a vessel event OSR of moderate, indicating that the legal cell does not possess system down. Basic travel might support. No proud owner of a test tube dream. You can reach some of the outer derricks, the watchful eye of the yardmasters. You have your own terms. Your next move's up to you. Maybe score a valuable gig. Maybe score a valuable part. Or two for resell or reuse. Or pull down a platinum tier payout on a gig. Or maybe discover a ship discarded before its time. Mm, I, I'm making a save, goddammit. I've gone through all of that. Not going through it again. Mm, this t-shirt. Augment contains special hardware to enable augmented reality view environment highlighting damaged equipment. Door to K-Like Station slides open. You read it by the familial moment station vendor's fair. Spot of Prawn stir fry and suya curry, kebab of chicken and your spice rub, Suzerain beef with beef peppercorn. Your head knows the meat in the aquatic or lab grown or worse, but your heart tells you being prepared by human hands is better than Trushish chow. Tired looking spacers circulate between the bunks, the refuel kiosk, and the break yard. Moving in and out of the gossamer haze of cigarette smoke that the permanent fixture on the station. The smokes are cigar vice rolls. The breakage brand of choice. The folks here pain smoke them unfiltered, no matter how many times the execs find them from over working with the CO2 scrubbers. Your new ship is awaiting in port, not far from the kiosk hub. Scrap. And finally undock from the rock. If you want to strip ships for salvage, you need a hard tools and gun. You need welder start modeling and repairing hulls. Either way, if you're lucky, you can finally start making a living somewhere beyond the corporate rat race of breaking ships for diddly wage. Life you can call your own. Here's a little tutorial. Now the UI has changed a little bit. Where's my ship? Oh, really, where's my ship? Now, the longer we stay docked to the station, the more fees that we incur. It's very important that we do not stick around in the station for that long. Apartments and atmosphere. You can't hide from the truth any longer. Ostranauts in space. There's no air in space. You can't breathe without air, and sometimes, by extension, you can't breathe in Ostranauts. Conditions. I'll read some of this. Conditions are objectives that condition damage. The conditions bleeding may be applied to the changes proliferated by micrometeors. So watch out for micrometeorites. Now there's another problem that quickly will arise. These tools do have charges, conditions. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and take some fees early. Mm, Let's make it up is zone. I'm gonna sell these seats because I don't need them. It's also very important to repair this because its level of repair reflects the charge of the battery. Because I'm going to need this space for, obviously, storing parts that I find. It was a little bit loud. I wish. Check. Is this pump even connected to anything? I don't think so. Wait a second. Okay, we have an O2 can in here. What is the conditions of this room? 102 PSI. What's the conditions over here? Looks like we're missing the nitrogen can that's supposed to be in here. Okay. I could sell the ship from here. It's time to go try to sell those seats. Into the miso forum. The red neon. The red neons cast a heavy shadows in the old Emporium, K-Leg's only leisure district. The OE is a relic of a former world, a portal, the halcyon days of the Wildcat Nigerian colony before Earth's ablation cascade gutted the economy. Spacers come here to escape the bureaucratic grind, to imagine a world without bosses, to split a chilled bottle of what the fuck, even when they can't afford to. A dozen meters away from the shuttle, you can shell stop. Through the shell stop, you see a knot of revelers gathered in a warm light of the miso bar. Laughter, conversation float through the miso form and a large mileage of English, Mandarin, and even Yoruba. That last one might be a sign of the Indian managers mixing it up with the common folk. Whatever the language, the warm organics of human voices in close proximity is a welcome departure from the hollow echo of calm chatter. Well, one of the main faces in the crowd is the Fixer. They're known in the community. They, the Fixer. They're known quantity in the station's community. The K-Link portal to a system-wide, ever-shifting black market whose appetite for used parts and other rare salvage can never be sated. Should be too hard to get the Fixer talking. Just to mention it was something trading like we're interested. I'm trying to think of something. Oh yeah, the whole lore about this is if you ever played Rogue Survivor, this game is directly connected to that game. Earth is basically lost as I think it was Kessler syndrome has gotten out of control. I have to figure out who's the Fixer. They don't want it. Now, I could buy these reactor parts and try to repair them. Now, before I bankrupt myself. Because I also do have to buy the license to even sell them specifically to the back to the salvage thing with But I also could just buy it right now, fix it up, and sell it back to the black market. Because I'm assuming not soon, it's not now, but it's soon-ish that I could resell it. Because you see the prices of what is your current wanted items? That's a long time to load that. Alright, I'm gonna load real quick because I don't really have the parts nor the money to fix this, so I'm just gonna load real quick. I'll be back in a minute or two. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a subscription, leave a comment, a like. Maybe head over to my Twitch and Kick and follow me there and say hi. I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day.
The night is young, but it feels so old. A story written, yet never told. The mask is heavy, the air is thin. The game begins, but no one wins. Oh, it's shiny.